and welcome to my tarot channel. Welcome to another reading from me. Today's topic is going to be on what should you focus on in order to attract the right partner for you. And if you are already subscribed to my channel, then you know that this topic has been selected by majority vote on a poll that I posted on my community tab some days ago, up to a week ago. So yes, this is just a friendly reminder for people who are not yet subscribed to my channel to please subscribe, because you will see any updates that I make to my channel, including polls on which topic I should cover next in a video. So that's for an introduction. So this is for those of you who would like to choose with crystals. Once again, I have actually meditated a little bit on the question, and I have asked Spirit which crystals I should choose, which crystals I should use for this reading. I like to choose the crystals first, and then I will select the cards for these crystals later. And I'm also going to be recording the shuffling process, so you can see that I do the selection for the cards live for each crystal. And anyway, this is for those of you who feel most comfortable selecting with crystals. And my recommendation is that you focus on the question at hand, take a few deep breaths, try to center yourself, calm yourself, close your eyes, and then open your eyes and choose the first crystal that stands out to you instinctively without overthinking it. So don't try to choose on like color preferences or anything like that, nothing rational. And of course, if you feel drawn to several crystals, you can listen to all or several of the readings and just take what resonates. So pile number one, your option is this citrine cluster crystal. Pile number two, you have this milky quartz crystal. Pile number three, you have this amethyst crystal. Pile number four, you have this iolite crystal. So you can pause the video if you need more time to make a decision, and I will go on with the shuffling process for the oracle cards for each pile. And I will see you at your reading. So hello, this is for those of you who would like to see the shuffling phase. So this is where I'm going to choose the oracle card to go along with each crystal, for those of you who would like to choose a pile based on oracle card as well. Okay, so you can skip this part if you don't want to sit through it, because I'm going to be taking my time. Spirits, what should pile number one focus on in order to attract the right partner for them? The people who chose the citrine cluster crystal, what should they focus on in order to attract the right partner for them? Tell me, Spirit. What should pile number one focus on in order to attract the right partner for them? What should pile number one focus on? Okay. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number two, the people who chose the milky quartz crystal? What should they focus on in order to attract the right romantic partner for them? What should pile number two focus on in order to attract the right romantic partner for them? Tell me, what should pile number two focus on in order to attract the right romantic partner for them? What should pile number two focus on to attract the right romantic partner for them, Spirit? Help me choose the right card. Still getting this one. Spirit, what should pile number 3 focus on to attract the right partner for them? The people who chose the amethyst crystal, what should they focus on in order to attract the right romantic partner for them? Spirit, what should pile number 4, the people who chose the iolite crystal, focus on in order to attract the right partner for them? Tell me, Spirit. Okay, I need to get that card. Wow, so your card like fell all the way down. So here it is. All right, so let's see. Pile number 1, you have this card that says adventure. Pile number 2, you have this card that says surrender. Pile number 3, you have this card which says discernment. Pile number 4, you have this card which says guardian angel. All right. So you can pause on each card if you would like to meditate. And once again, this is pile number 1 with the citrine crystal. Pile number 2 with the milky quartz crystal. Pile number 3 with the amethyst crystal. And pile number 4 with the iolite crystal. So this is it. Pause the video if you need more time to meditate, and I will see you at your reading. So hello once again. This is a short selection process video for those of you who would like to choose with crystals and oracle cards. So I do remind you once again that I have selected the crystals based on intuition, and after that I selected the oracle card to go with each crystal, and you can see the selection process live in the previous section of the video because I have filmed the selection process for each crystal just in case you want to check. Okay, so pile number 1, this is your pile if you want to choose this citrine cluster crystal. This citrine cluster crystal and or this card over here. Pile number 2, this is your pile if you want to choose the milky quartz crystal over here. And this card over here. Pile number 3, this is your pile, this is your crystal, the amethyst crystal. All right, and or this card over here, pile number 4, this is your crystal, this iolite tumbled crystal. All right, and or this card over here. So once again, my recommendation is that you try to calm yourself first, take some deep breaths, you know, and meditate upon the question at hand. Close your eyes and then open your eyes and select the first pile that stands out to you. Don't try to overthink it or choose based on visual preferences or anything like that. And also, if you feel drawn to more than one pile, you can listen to several or even all of them and just choose which pile resonates. I will see you at your reading. So welcome pile number 1. This is your reading if you have chosen this citrine cluster crystal and or this card over here that says adventure. Okay, so this is going to be the card selection process. You can skip I'm going to add timestamps just in case you don't want to sit through this, because I'm going to be taking my time. Wait, I'm going to select, I think, the Oracle cards first. So, Spirit, tell me, what should pile number 1 focus on in order to attract the right romantic partner for them? The people who chose... Alright, I felt drawn to these, okay? Some more messages. Spirit, what should pile number 1 focus on? The people who chose the citrine cluster crystal, what should they focus on in order to attract the right romantic partner for them? What should they focus on to attract the right romantic partner? These two really, I feel drawn to them. This one as well. Alright, so let's see. You have positivity. Nice. I'm liking it already. I'm going to add that there. And then you have free spirit. Alright. Let's see. Where am I going to stuff the rest of the cards? And then you have decisions. I'm going to add this here. So you have these 3 mermaids. Okay, and now you have these messages. Calmness. The inner divine is the witness of all, remaining still and quiet even during intense turbulence. So take a deep breath and then say, quiet my mind, dear Lord. May your peaceful calm take over. All right. I'm going to add these. Where should I add them? Here, I think. And then you have relationship. I call in the infinite power of love to take over this union in every way. May it now fully belong to the divine. Let it unfold in the perfect way for each of us. I needn't fear letting go of control. My needs are always abundantly met. And then you have make it God's. Release the idea of my. As soon as you start to say the money, the relationship, the job, freedom arrives. When there is no grasping, the right actions get shown. Free me from the prison of my, dear Lord. Okay, so I'm getting like someone might be a little bit possessive here. Or a little bit controlling. Okay, I'm gonna see what the tarot cards say. I am not really digging where these cards are sitting, but yeah, I can't really move them away. I'm gonna leave them here. Okay, so Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 1? The people who chose the citrine cluster. What should they focus on to attract the right romantic partner, Spirit? Help me out. What should they focus on to attract the right romantic partner? Spirit, what should they focus on to attract the right romantic partner? No. What should they focus on to attract the right romantic partner? What should pile number 1 focus on to attract the right romantic partner? What should pile number 1 focus on to attract the right romantic partner, Spirit? What should pile number 1 focus on to attract the right romantic partner? What should pile number 1 focus on to attract the right romantic partner, Spirit? What should they focus on to attract the right romantic partner? This one. All right, so you have the 3 of Pentacles, the 5 of Pentacles, the 8 of Swords, the 5 of Wands, the, oh gosh, this is number 11. I think this is Justice, but I'm gonna have to check in a bit. This is the Empress. This is the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, I'm gonna pause a bit so I can get the booklet for the cards. All right, so you have number 11. Number 11 is Strength. Okay, so this is Strength. So now I'm gonna select some more cards for you, Spirit. What can you tell me about pile number 1? What should they focus on in order to attract the right romantic partner for them? Tell me, Spirit. What should they focus on in order to attract the right romantic partner? This one. I feel this one too. This one. This one. This one. Spirit, what should pile number 1 focus on in order to attract the right partner for them, the right romantic partner? Help me out. This one, okay. So let's see. All right, you have the 7 of Cups. The Knight of Cups. The Ace of Wands. The 3 of Pentacles again. The Moon. The Knight of Pentacles. The Ace of Swords. Wow. Really strong messages. All right. All right, so I'm going to start with the 3 of Pentacles that came out twice. There are amazing, already amazing confirmations happening here between the Oracle cards and the Tarot cards. I haven't even gotten to the astrological notes yet. I'm really curious to see what's going to come out. But massive mirroring here. So you have the 2 of Pentacles, sorry, the 3 of Pentacles came out twice, and you have 2 aces that came out. And you have your original card is this one that says Adventure. And you see this woman, like, basically trying to rein in a giant butterfly. Very, very wonderful, fantastic image. So basically the mirroring here is that you need to focus on a new beginning. You know, basically focus on yourself, I'm feeling, mainly because, you know, number one is a very individualistic energy. So you have the one coming out twice, and then you have the moon coming out, and you have strength. You have strength and the moon underneath. So to me, this shows that this, if, for you to attract the right partner, you have to analyze yourself. The moon card points to your subconscious energy. So your subconscious is interfering with the conscious. And usually when the moon comes out, it can mean a number of things, but in tarot, it tends to have a bit of a negative connotation in the sense that, you know, it tends to show unresolved childhood wounds, traumas, stuff like that, ways in which basically your subconscious could be hindering you from achieving what it is you want. And this is reinforced also by the Eight of Swords, which shows that you have a lot of limiting thought patterns. Like your own thinking is actually limiting you when it comes to finding the right partner, which again links to this moon to me. So this kind of shows me, you know, that you are not really good at choosing the right partners. And that is because you have unresolved childhood trauma. And this is again reinforced by the fact that you have here the Seven of Cups, which is a card that tends to show, you know, that someone who kind of falls for the surface of things. It can show that you are really falling for all that glitters is gold, you know. So you easily fall for people who look like they could be the right partner. Like maybe they have certain qualities on the surface that you find attractive, could even be looks. And that's why you are having a hard time finding the right person, because there are probably people that you dismiss very quickly without giving them a chance, just because you have some very fixed ideas about what this partner is supposed to look like or act like, or, you know, basically surface attributes, you know. So that's one thing. The Seven of Cups, though, can also show that you yourself could be a person who has multiple options, you know. So this could work in multiple ways, you know, when it comes to someone's psychology. It could be that because you have multiple options, that makes it more difficult for you to make a decision, because you keep pondering and thinking and like, who's the right person, etc., etc. Should I go for this person or that person? However, and this is actually something that was documented, by the way, in psychology, that the more choices you have, the more paralyzed you are to make a decision. That could be one thing, see how it resonates. However, it can just show that you yourself attract a lot of attention, but the partners you attract, again, could be drawn to you just for surface qualities. Like you are, you know, physically attractive, maybe you have a good career going or social status or whatever, something that they see that makes you generally appealing to large audiences of people at first sight. However, you're having a hard time finding someone to have like a really meaningful partnership with. And this is what you know, I mean, supposedly this is what you're looking for if you're watching this reading, right? You're looking for someone who really understands you and is going to be like a real, you know, ride or die kind of partner. Also here with the three of sorry, not the three of anything, it's the Empress card. Again, this kind of tells me that you are a person who's quite attractive. So it's very likely that you might attract people just for, you know, surface, you know, appearances. How should I put it? Yeah, for appearances, basically. And people who maybe don't even want to get to know you. So how to remedy this situation? Like I said, you need to take some time to understand yourself. So with the moon, this shows going inside, analyzing yourself, really being honest with yourself, you know, try to understand how your past may have shaped the way that you are right now, the way you think, especially, because you have the Eight of Swords as well. The answer to the Eight of Swords, it's not visible in this card, but in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, With the Eight of Swords, you have a woman who looks like she is tied up, but she's not actually tied up, you know. She's just kind of like has these ropes that are wrapped up around her, but they're not actually tied up. And on top of that, she's sitting on top of a stream. And the stream is supposed to symbolize your intuition. And since you have the moon here as well, that kind of doubles the idea that you have very strong intuition, and you're also a person who's very sensitive and has a strong emotional, instinctive side. So you need to learn to trust that on the one hand, but also work through your, past hurts and feelings, because they're probably influencing you in ways that you don't even realize. So that's something that comes out. That's advice from Spirit. Then you have the aces here, the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands, which to me symbolizes that once you have done this work, you're going to have a renewal. The Ace of Swords shows a new beginning in thought, and the Ace of Wands is a new beginning in passion. So you're going, as a result of doing the work of understanding yourself, you will find a renewal in meaning, in passion in your own life. And that's when you're going to find this person. This is how you're going to find this person, okay? By focusing on your own fulfillment, basically. And it's really interesting to me now that I think about it, because you have the number 3 coming out multiple times here. And also the number 5. You have 5, 5, 3, 3, 3. So loads of 3s here. And let me see. The moon is 9 and a 9, okay? And you have this word adventure here. And then you have free spirit, positivity, decisions. So there's a lot of focus here on you freeing yourself. And this could just be freeing yourself from limiting beliefs and limiting, limiting beliefs, but also limiting thought patterns. Like you could be someone who is like stuck in a rut when it comes to your own thought patterns. Like you might be thinking the same things over and over again, and you may not realize how much your thoughts are keeping you from progressing. And again, this goes back to you need to understand yourself. With the 3 of Pentacles coming out twice and also the 5 of Wands, there's a very strong message that you need to focus on communication. Also, you need to focus on yourself during, not during this time of your life. This is actually about how you're going to attract your partner. So the 3 of Pentacles coming out twice even shows me that you might meet this person at work through some kind of a formal environment while pursuing a career. It could even be you might meet this person through travels, because number 3 shows a lot of movement, a lot of expansion. So it's connected to Jupiter, the planet of expansion and growth, which shows that you might also consider, expanding your horizons in terms of, knowledge. Also, you could meet this person through university, for instance. So this is not necessarily a message about how you're going to meet this person, but this is something that I'm picking up. The 3 of Pentacles coming up and also the 5 of Wands shows that it's very important for you to focus on communication. That's what I want to say. Collaboration as well. So especially when it comes to the workplace, though, I'm getting a strong connection here. And also just focusing on acquiring new skills. The 3 of Pentacles is basically, the card of the apprentice, and it's like focusing on managing your finances, working towards your profession, your professional life. Also, since you have so many pentacles, there's a message here that actually it's important for you to focus on getting your finances right in order to meet this person. You also have the 9 of Pentacles here. So the way that I would interpret this especially is that the 9 of Pentacles showing up here shows that you have the possibility to actually become financially self-sufficient to a great extent on your own. So you need to focus on that, okay? So if you're a person who maybe is hoping that you're going to marry some rich person, that might actually prevent you from meeting the right person, because the message here is that you need to focus on, you know, working on your own fortune, building your own fortune, and taking some calculated risks as well. The Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands especially really reinforces this adventure card here and the free spirit card, you know? And it's like they're saying, get out of your comfort zone, you know, be a go-getter, go after what you want, find your passion, you know, don't wait around for things to happen. In your life, I mean, I'm not talking about your attitude towards relationships here, but I'm talking about your life in general. You know, pursue the things that you want to pursue. Since you also have the Five of Pentacles, I think this is a particularly strong message here, because you see, and look at this, you have the Five of Pentacles, and then you have the Knight of Cups, and then you also have the Knight of Pentacles. So this shows to me that you want to keep like you want to keep your sense of romance alive. So don't give up hope of finding the right person. But at the same time, you also need to work towards your own financial security with the Nine of Pentacles. And this is like basically an energy of slow and steady wins the race. Also with the moon, it shows you need to cultivate your creativity and your intuition. And this goes hand in hand with, you know, being self-reflective, going within yourself, trying to understand yourself, your history, your emotions, and what triggers you and why. You know, try to see how maybe there might be patterns, maybe in your past, in your relationships, and the kind of people you were attracted to that were maybe stemming from, you know, some kind of a bad childhood experience, or some kind of, not necessarily childhood experience, but like some kind of a bad experience from your past. And also, so building strength for you is very important. Also taking care of yourself, take care of yourself and your physical appearance, but not to the point where that's your only focus, you know. Take care of your health. Also, you know, focus on your nurturing ability, your creativity. Keep that alive. Keep that sense of romance alive. And also when it comes to finances, you also need to learn to swallow your pride every now and then, and like ask for help when you need it. And this might be not just when it comes to finances, but things that, anything actually in life, because, you know, asking for help when you need it is also gonna impact your material existence to some extent. But really, there's a strong message here that you want to focus on just your own thing, initiate your own projects, your own passions. And focusing on yourself, like healing yourself. Look at this. There's a message here. Make it God's and relationship. Speaking of relationship, I call in the infinite power of love to take over this union in every way. May it now fully belong to the divine. Let it unfold in the perfect way for each of us. I needn't fear letting go or of control. My needs are always abundantly met. And also with the Five of Pentacles here, this is what I'm getting here. Like, you need to learn to fill your own cup. So for some of you, this could be about like your emotional needs, you know. This could be about learning how to love yourself. But for some of you, it could literally be about finances. Like with these cards, I'm really getting a sense like this is the spread for someone who really kind of hopes that the right partner might solve their money worries. Just looking at these cards, because you have the Five of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Pentacles at the end here. You also have the Empress, you know, so, and the Moon here. So there's like this, also there's like a strong focus on being feminine, in your feminine and nurturing energy. but at the same time also learning to nurture yourself and taking care of your own needs, you know. And this is backed up by these cards that basically suggest you might be a little bit super controlling, because you are very attached to getting your needs met from this person, instead of finding someone that has similar values and I don't know, you just enjoy their company and like you really want to have a relationship with them. You're just very attached to the fact that this person might fulfill your needs, like in a very, but like there's a strong sense of neediness here, okay? And it might be like too much for the average person to take. That's what I'm feeling. For some of you, of course, this could also be like embrace the new chapters of your life, like embrace new opportunities for growth when they arrive. This is why you have 2 aces here. Calmness as well. Yeah, this is like definitely the moon energy I'm feeling. The moon, the Empress energy, you needing to go within and understanding yourself. And just focus on working on yourself, basically. That's what I'm getting here. Making your life better, making yourself happy. All right, so let me see what I get from the astrological notes. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 1? What should they focus on in order to get the right partner for them? Spirit, what should they... Okay. Spirit, what should pile number 1 focus on in order to find the right partner for them? What should pile number 1 focus on to find the right partner for them? What should pile number 1 focus on to find the right partner for them? What should pile number 1 focus on? Okay. So let's see. 10th house. Okay, career. That's confirmation of the 3 of Pentacles. 4th house, interesting. That's kind of Empress energy. 11th house, friends and social networking. 5th house, creativity and love. And of course, 5th house is also self-love. 9th house is travel and expansion. Like I said, 9th house is ruled by Jupiter, like I said. So you focusing on your own growth and maybe your own education and travels, foreign travels. The sun, wow, all right, that's Leo energy. Mars, well, actually the sun is the ruler of the number 1. I did say you have number 1 twice, and Mars is the ruler of number 9 in numerology, I mean. So yeah, there's that energy. And the moon, of course. I am not surprised. I'm just like beyond being surprised anymore, because I know Spirit is listening. And Pisces, another very gentle, compassionate energy. So with the Mars and the Sun, this is, like I said, this is a go-getter energy. Okay, so Mars is action. The Sun is inspiration, passion, right? So the Sun to me is a confirmation of the Ace of Wands, most of all. And well, actually Mars as well. Well, Mars is more like, I guess, in line with all the 9s showing up here. And also you have the Ace of Wands and you have the 5 of Wands. All right. And you have 2 Knights, and the Knights are also to some extent related to Mars. But not to get bogged down in details, the general energies are there. So there is a confirmation that you need to be a go-getter. Mars is about being proactive, okay? These are masculine energies, the Sun and Mars. So it's like you need to be proactive about your destiny. Don't wait for someone else to get you what you want. Instead, find your own inspiration and, come up with, inspired action. Take inspired action, And the moon is a confirmation of the moon card. So this is about getting in touch with your emotions, healing your emotional self, your inner child. And the Pisces energy is an energy of compassion and imagination and intuition. Also the moon as well. So this is also, I think, a confirmation of the Knight of Cups. Pisces is kind of a confirmation of the Seven of Cups as well, in its more negative expression, in the sense that you might be someone who is sometimes a little bit too romantic, and you might project too much on potential partners where, you know, you dream that they have qualities that they don't really have, you know. But this is also a sign that you could be a little bit too fuzzy, right? Like the moon and Pisces together shows this kind of like nebulous energy about you're not really sure what you want from a partner. You know, you might be exclusively driven by your subconscious desires, and that's where the self-analysis should come in, because the moon here, like if you look at the card, I mean, and the Rider-Waite as well, the card is about a dog and a wolf howling at the moon. So it shows like this conflict between the conscious and the subconscious mind. So this is why it's important to practice self-reflection and to understand, you know, what part of you is actually you and what part of you is like programming that comes from early childhood or your environment and might be influencing you in a negative sense by pushing you towards the wrong partners or by getting you to miss potential offers in romance because you just don't see like healthy partners, you know. And the moon generally does tend to hint to like something like a tumultuous past, like a bad childhood or something like that. And you know, it doesn't have to be like in a horrible way, but to some extent everyone has some level of trauma, I guess. With the moon especially, though, the message is that your subconscious is impacting you in a negative sense. That's the general idea. The sun and the fifth house together does kind of reinforce the idea for me that you need to focus on loving yourself, you know, as well. First and foremost, you need to love yourself. You need to get in touch with your inner child. You know, parent yourself as well. There are books on that, you know, also with the moon. And also the moon is actually a confirmation of the Empress card that also came out for you. And so the moon and the sun together are literally the parents archetypes. Like the sun is the father and the moon is the mother. So like there's like a message here that, you know, you need to go back into your childhood and understand what really happened with your personality, why you were shaped in a certain way. And the fifth house also has to do with just embracing that innocence, that childlike innocence of just enjoying things for the sake of enjoying them, doing things for fun, getting carried away. Don't be super controlling, you know. That's the fifth house energy. It could also literally show that you might benefit from any kind of creative activities. You might even meet this person by developing your creative activities. Maybe even physically, you might meet this person while, I don't know, pursuing a hobby or something like that. And the fifth house also happens to be the house of education, also with the ninth house as well. So together they show like college level and above education up to PhD and even further than that. So like specialized courses, stuff like that. So this could even show how you might meet your potential partner. But it can also show you need to focus on education, cultivating yourself, you know, building up skills, like the Three of Pentacles said. The fourth house, again, is, wow, like I just realized this. You have the fifth house and the sun, and the fourth house and the moon. So, like, these are actually, the moon rules the fourth house, the sun rules the fifth house. So this is just a further confirmation of these energies. The fourth house is also the house of childhood, also the fifth house. Fifth house is also the house of childhood and individual creative expression. Fourth house is even more so like earlier childhood, early education, like up to grammar school or something like that, high school. And it's about your relationship with the parents, the home base, early childhood, like I said, so early education. So there's like an important connection here about you going back to your past and analyzing it. But the fourth house also shows, you know, building a strong base for yourself, building a sense of security for yourself. And you have that potential within you, cultivating your own strength, your own confidence, your own drive as well, because of all these planets coming in together. And the 10th house, last but not least, is the house that is most connected to career. So that's originally what I said, that overall with these cards coming out, especially the Three of Pentacles coming out twice, the message is you need to focus on your own development, your own career, especially your professional development. So for some of you, this could be for now studying. For some of you, this could be working harder, perfecting some skills, right? So there's a strong message to focus on these things. And the 11th house is about cultivating friendships. It's about cultivating friendships, you know, mingling, connecting. So it's also kind of a confirmation, because you have these, like I said, you have the Three of Pentacles and the Five of Wands, which show that you need to focus on building connections. Like, you need to work on communication, you need to work on mingling with other people, even seeking help when you need it, okay? So basically, don't overly focus on doing everything yourself. That's what I'm getting here. Like, making friendships, you know, and also the 11th house is about focusing on your career gains as well. So, you know, building professional development, developing your career in the idea, in the express interest of building financial security through that. So considering how your career impacts your finances and all that. That's pretty much what I'm seeing here. And also traveling, of course, doing what you love in general, but especially if you love traveling, there's like there's a message here, right? That you should embrace that. You should try to travel more. You should try to be more adventurous and get out of your comfort zone. So this is it, pile number one. This is what I see for you, what I have seen for you, and I hope that you have found this interesting, because I definitely have. And if you have, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and hit the notifications bell to see when I will post a new video. And also, more recently, I have added a link to the video description where I posted reviews that I have gotten from previous clients that I've done readings for. So you might want to check those out if you're curious. And also, if you would be interested in getting a private reading from me, you can also email me at the email that I will leave in the video description, and I can send you a full list of prices and other details if you are interested. And also, please comment in the comment section with your feedback, because I am really curious to hear what you think. I will see you at the next reading. Bye. Welcome, pile number two. This is your reading if you have chosen this milky quartz crystal and or this card over here that says surrender. Very interesting card already. So this is going to be the shuffling phase, and you can skip directly to your reading if you don't want to stick through it, because I'm going to be taking my time. All right, Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number two? What should they focus on in order to attract the right partner for them? What can you tell me about pile number two? What should they focus on in order to attract the right partner for them? Tell me, Spirit. I'm actually getting the first three cards. All right. So you have communication, waiting, and awareness. All right. All right, so I'm gonna get some more cards. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number two, the people who chose the milky quartz? What should they focus on to attract the right romantic partner for them? What should they focus on in order to attract the right romantic partner? Tell me, Spirit. What should pile number 2 focus on in order to attract the right romantic partner? So you have mistakes. Allow me to know it's okay to make mistakes. Let me always take care of the inner child so he or she feels loved no matter what. Interesting. Where should I put these? Oh, Lord. Aging. I am one with unlimited love beyond all seeming restrictions of age. I am filled with joy, energy, and beauty, a vessel for the divine Shakti. All right. Direction. Lord, please show me the right action right now. Please bring a sign and a miracle that gives clear direction. May I hear the promptings of my own body. And if for some reason I'm about to head the wrong way, please stop me. All right. So, more cards. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 2? The people who chose the milky quartz crystal. What should they focus on in order to... I'm not going to choose all of these. I'm going to shuffle again. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 2? What should they focus on to attract the right romantic partner for them? What can you tell me about pile number 2? What should they focus on to attract the right romantic partner for them? Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 2? What should they focus on in order to attract the right partner for them? Tell me, Spirit. What should they focus on in order to attract the right romantic partner for them? Getting this one. I think I picked too many cards. Whoa, I picked too many cards, but it's okay. So you have the Chariot, the Three of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, the Seven of Cups, the Nine of Cups, the Eight of Wands, the Ten of Swords. All right. So, Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 2? The people who chose the milky quartz crystal. What should they focus on in order to attract the right romantic partner for them? What should pile number 2 focus on in order to attract the right romantic partner for them? Tell me, Spirit. What can you tell me about pile number 2? What should they focus on to attract the right romantic partner for them? Nah, not this one. Gonna reshuffle. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 2? What should they focus on to attract the right romantic partner for them? What should they focus on? Let me see. One more. Actually, nah. No, I'm not getting this one. I'm getting this one. Okay. I think this is enough. Is it enough or not? Wait, I need one more. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 2? What do they need to focus on to attract the right romantic partner? What should they focus on? This one. All right, so you have the Star. Okay. The Queen of Wands. The Lovers. The Six of Wands. The Five of Pentacles. If you feel drawn to pile number 1, you might want to watch that as well. The Two of Cups. Wow. Like, this is a lot of romantic energy. The Hanged Man. The Seven of Swords. Wow. All right. Wow. A lot to unpack. What can I say? So, like, for you to meet the right partner, the main focus is love itself. This may sound very kind of counterintuitive. Like, it's really interesting here because you have mistakes, aging, direction, waiting, communication, awareness, and you have, most importantly, your first card here says surrender. So, I feel like the main message for you is that you need to just go out there and love. And I don't mean like be promiscuous, but I feel like the message is so strong here because probably a lot of you are over calculating and terrified of making a mistake, you know? So this is why you have these cards here. Like for some of you, it's interesting you have this card that says aging and waiting and communication and awareness. Wow. And direction. Lord, please show me the right action right now. Please bring a sign and a miracle that gives clear direction. May I hear the promptings of my own body. All right. And this card about mistakes that says it's okay to make mistakes. And here it's the message here is that important that you don't have any limiting beliefs about your age also. So I feel like, you know, some of the messages that you are just overly focused on being afraid, you know, you're afraid to not make a mistake. And it's also, you're afraid of getting hurt. You are very, you know, I think focused on past painful experiences because of the Three of Swords. And also maybe because of the Five of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords and the Seven of Swords. Really interesting here. And the Hanged Man. So there's a lot of hesitation happening in your life. There's a strong message similarly to pile number 1, but not exactly the same. because they also had the Seven of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. But it's really interesting here. You have the Nine of Cups. So for you, and also you have the Two of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the Lovers. So, and the Star. So like there's a very strong message for you that you need to love yourself first and foremost. The Nine of Cups especially is, to me, when it comes to like psychology, it's about filling your own cup. It's about learning to be content in your own skin and with what you have already. And look at this, you have the Nine of Cups, and then underneath you have the Two of Cups with love. Love, right? So it's like you need to learn to first love yourself in order to get this perfect romantic love that you wish for. And by the looks of the cards, you're gonna attract, because this is probably the most romantic, like I said, pile. And it's really interesting. You have surrender. So like there's an element of like you being too controlling, too attached to an outcome, you know, which it's not to say that you should just throw yourself headfirst into a relationship without considering the consequences. But by the same token, you shouldn't just, you know, overthink or overanalyze to the point where you never try to experience anything. You also have the Chariot here, which is, and the Chariot and the Star underneath, which is like a message that, you know, you need to go ahead full blast, you know. And you need to focus on shining, basically, you know, and not being afraid to not being afraid to be the center of attention, to attract attention. I feel like, you know, this might be really specific, but I feel maybe for some of you, there's like, you're afraid of getting hurt, maybe because of past hurts, heartbreaks. Like you're afraid almost to get attention. Or maybe you're kind of, I mean, this is more specific, but for some of you, you're afraid to feel objectified, or you're afraid that people, you know, that all people are shallow, right? That the people who are going to be attracted to you are just going to like you for your looks. Maybe some of you are particularly attractive, so that's why you have that anxiety. Also with the Seven of Cups, similarly to what I said to pile number one, you have multiple options, but there's a lot of confusion. So it's like you might have so many options that you are afraid to make a decision, or you don't really know how to make a decision. But by the same token, it could be that you yourself are attracted to people for the wrong reasons. You're attracted to them for their physical appearance or for surface criteria, and you don't really care that much to get to know them and to see whether you are compatible on a, you know, deeper level, like on a soul level, I guess, personality wise and whatnot. This is really interesting here. Like, I feel like for you, the message is literally travel. I mean, yes, literally, for some of you, it could be travel. So this could be literally an indication you should move, or you should consider dating people from outside of your geographical region. The Six of Wands here says that you need to focus on your self-esteem. You need to be grateful for what you have achieved so far, even though, like, that's another thing. Like, you might be super perfectionist. Like, you might be one of those people who thinks you need to be perfect in order to be loved. And there's the message here that you need to work on that, right? You need to, first of all, again, it goes hand in hand with the idea you need to build a lot of self-love. You need to learn how to nourish yourself, to nurture yourself, to, you know, understand what makes you unique, and to love the parts of you that make you unique, right? And with the Six of Wands especially, there's like a message that you may actually be underestimating yourself. Like you might be selling yourself short. Like think of every little thing that you have achieved in this life, no matter how small you think it is, and remind yourself of those things on a regular basis. With the Eight of Wands also, there's a very strong message here that you are close to having this relationship that you want, this right partner for you. But you need to focus on manifesting and manifesting the right partner for you. The Eight of Wands is about, like, it shows that energetically the path is clear for you, which means that it's like you attract what you focus on the most. Yes, it's kind of like The Secret. But yes, the Eight of Wands can literally show that, like, your powers of manifestation are very strong. And if you focus on, getting a certain partner, then the chances are you will attract this partner. So don't underestimate your ability to wish things into reality. The Nine of Cups also is a card that shows wish fulfillment. And with the Two of Cups and the Lovers here, like, there's definitely a strong, like, you're probably the most romantic person from these. I haven't read the other two, number 3 and 4 yet, but I mean, I doubt that I will find just as much romance in the other cards as well, because yeah, there's like a strong feeling here that you probably, you love to love and you want to have a very romantic relationship. Like, I can definitely see that for you, it would not be enough to just have like a comfortable partnership or someone you're friends with and you hang out with and you go to the movies. You want like a real soul connection. And it's really important for you not to be caught up in fuzzy thinking with the Hanged Man. So, like, sometimes you might be a little bit confused, or it's like you probably, because of past hurts, because of the 10 of Swords and the 3 of Swords, like, you may have a hard time seeing people clearly. Also with the 7 of Cups. And also with the 5 of Pentacles here, you might actually benefit from mingling, right? Similarly, again, to pile number 1, but not exactly the same. You might be benefiting from actually, like, enlisting, asking for help, like, literally, as in, I don't know, telling people that you are wanting to date, so they might connect you to someone else who's willing to date, or, joining a dating website or something like that. As in, you need to not be afraid to ask for help and to ask for what you want in general. Also with the 8 of Wands there. So, like, focus on what it is. Like, create maybe like a list of the qualities of your perfect partner and focus on that list. Reread it every evening, maybe before you go to bed. There are all these like different techniques in manifestation and all that stuff, which, I mean, considering your cards, you should definitely try them, because there's a strong message here that you're gonna get what you focus on, which doesn't mean you need to be hyper controlling about what you're focusing on, but you should create a portrait of the kind of relationship you want, the kind of partner you want, and focus on those qualities. And try not to focus too much on externals, like what this person is going to look like, what age they're going to have, and stuff like that. Leave that to the universe, if you will, in the sense that, the universe will know what makes you happy. The Queen of Wands speaks of you also having a shadow side, So yes, you could probably benefit from self-analysis and therapy as well, in the sense that there might be a shadow side of you that is sabotaging the part of you that wants to have a relationship. So, and this could be, I mean, I'm probably not so much due to past traumas in your case, but more due to past experiences. So, heartbreaks, you know. I'm looking at this card right here, the Seven of Swords, that says unstable effort. So I feel like this is saying maybe like you go back and forth, like maybe you don't have staying power when it comes to relationships. And this might be for some of you, see how it resonates. Like maybe there were people that you wanted to pursue, maybe you pursued them for a while and then you backed up. Or it's like sometimes you give off, like, how should I put it? Back and forth vibes. It's like sometimes you want a relationship, sometimes you don't want a relationship. And if this is the case, then well, I'm sorry to get into the secret here, but you might be sending mixed messages to the universe about what it is you really want. There's definitely a strong encouragement for you to take on adventures if they are presented, like travel, stuff like that. You might meet this person while traveling. You might also meet this person through your family. Focus on loving yourself, comforting yourself, giving yourself comfort. Let me see. Number 17. Yeah, you have a lot of number 8 here. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Saturn and Jupiter and a lot of number 7. So I feel like you have, yeah, I feel like there's a message here for some of you that you were maybe like super enthusiastic in the past, or when you first started out your dating life, you were very enthusiastic, you threw yourself head first and you really got burned. You know, because you were very romantic, you had high hopes, and you know, you ended up heartbroken more than once maybe. So that's made you very cautious and potentially closed off. There is a message here that you need to be thorough in selecting this person. With the 8 of Pentacles, there's also a strong message that you need to focus on your career. So definitely similar to pile number 1. Check it out if you felt drawn to it. You know, there are some key differences though. But yeah, with the 8 of Pentacles, there's a strong message you need to focus on basically perfecting yourself, achieving, you know, security for yourself, taking care of yourself materially, emotionally, on every plane. So, and also with the 5 of Pentacles, there could be a message that, you know, you might be someone who is hoping that this person is going to fix your life somehow. So that's like too much to expect from a person, you know. So you need to first and foremost learn how to take care of yourself. With the 10 of Swords here, it's like it shows that, you know, it's darkest before the dawn. So I feel like you have gone through some pretty bad experiences in love. And the cards are telling you to be sly, you know, to just take what you need from these experiences, you know, don't, you know, I know it's easier said than done, but like don't wallow in those negative feelings for so long, you know. Instead, just think of it as, you know, learning experiences, as growing pains, and move on to, you know, whatever life is going to present to you next, because there's no point in, you know, licking your wounds endlessly about past experiences. I think it's also telling you that you may have been like too wide-eyed, like, how should I put it, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Again, maybe a little bit too naive, you know, doe-eyed, you know, went into relationships too trusting at first. So there is a message, you know, you need to be sly, you know, test the people that you are dating. Don't be, you know, don't be don't just give up and trust emotions like completely. It's like on the one hand, don't shut off completely, but also on the other hand, don't be too trusting, right? So don't be like just carried away completely by emotions. Keep a part of you that is, you know, a healthy dose of skepticism, and learn to just be sly. That's what I'm getting here. So with the Seven of Swords, it doesn't mean like actively deceive people, but it means like, for instance, you know, don't give off every detail about your life to a person that you've only known for 2 weeks, right? Because that way you're going to attract narcissists into your life. We're going to learn things about you and customize the bait to you know, to attract you, to draw you into a relationship quicker by knowing details about you, right? Things like that. So be a little bit strategic, you know, date people, you know, or when you first meet someone that you have met online, you know, see them in a public place, don't go to their place, stuff like that, which I know a lot of people will think that's common sense, but, you know, you never know. Some people may not see it as common sense. Some people still make mistakes. I mean, look at the Tinder swindler situation. You know, stuff like that, you know, like, don't be naive. That's the message. But at the same time, you know, don't lose sight of what it is you really want. And you are clearly meant to have a very romantic relationship. Look at this, awareness and waiting. You know, cultivate patience, but at the same time, don't just sit and wait, like, as in, I don't know. So it's not like, I don't feel like waiting means just sitting around and waiting, actually, for someone to arrive. It means work on yourself during this time. That's what I see. Because of the Eight of Pentacles, there's a message here, right? And the Queen of Wands, which shows you need to analyze yourself, and you need to get back into your passion and your self-love and your motivation as an individual before you get into a relationship. This is what I'm getting. All right, so let me see what the astrological insights say. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 2? What should they focus on to find the right partner for them? What can you tell me about pile number 2? Focus. What should they focus on to find the right partner for them? Help me out, Spirit. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 2? What should they focus on to find the right partner for them? Oh, come on. All right. So, let's see. 9th house. Okay, so that's travel confirmation. 5th house. Travel confirmation, education confirmation, love. 8th house. Okay, yes. That's painful transformation. 2nd house, you could meet this person through family. 1st house, focus on yourself. But I'm going to break down in a bit. The Sun, all right. Self-love, Jupiter, growth, travel, expansion, and faith and optimism. Sagittarius, more Jupiter energy. Taurus, this is Venus and love and sensuality and comfort and security. And Libra, this is more Venus energy. So you have both the Venus signs, okay? So what I can see here is more confirmations of the things that I have said. So with the 1st house and the 2nd house, there's a strong emphasis here that you need to work on yourself, basically. Building your self-esteem, your self-worth, your confidence. The 5th house also is the house of romance and love. And it can also be the house of education, especially up to college level. 9th house is also education, but above, like master's degree and above. And 8th house is really interesting. See, 8th house is the transformation part. So the 8th house here tells me that probably part of your path is to go through some significant heartbreaks. I'm not going to sugarcoat things. And with the 8th house, what the 8th house is telling you is you need to focus on adapting. You know, it's like life is going to throw you curveballs, especially when it comes to your relationships here, because this is a relationship reading, meaning the kind of partner you're going to attract. So with the 8th house, you need to focus on, you know, dealing with crisis situations, dealing with painful experiences. So if you have gone through painful experiences, especially in your romance department, it's part of your experience in this life, right? You have to deal with these crisis situations so that you can learn how strong you are and that you can fall back on your feet, basically. It also tells you you need to focus on the one hand, managing finances. The 2nd house and the 8th house both have to do with finances. So there's a strong message here that you need to manage your own finances. But the 8th house also has to deal with transformation. You know, so focus on transforming yourself to some extent. Now, see how that resonates. For some of you, this could be, I don't know, could even involve your physical body, you know, taking care of your physical body. But this could also be, you know, focus on becoming the person you want to become, or focus on transforming things in general. This shows things like renovations, like, you know, you're the kind of person that could take a job as anything and you always see how something can be improved. So this is like, focus on this, you know, this is what I'm telling you. Like, the more you get into this energy, the closer you will get to finding this right person for you who's going to embrace the true you. With the 8th house and the 2nd house, though, with respect to how you're going to meet this person, there is a potential, there's a pretty strong potential actually that this is someone that you know through your family, or their family could know your family, something like that could be a possibility. Or it could also be that you meet this person through travels, education, and they could also introduce themselves to you. Like, they will come up to you, or someone will introduce them to you. Right, with the 1st house. But the 2nd house also has to deal with, you know, defining your values. Define your values, focus on building your financial security, savings, you know, so that you get in a position where you're comfortable. Again, I'm getting a similar vibe with you as I did with pile number 1, that you might be hoping that the right partner is going to save you financially or something. And if that is the case, you need to first start to work towards your own financial well-being. Do the best you can. You know, make the most of, you know, saving as much money as possible so that you are in a position where you feel comfortable financially, right? So that you're not stressed out about finances all the time. Because with the 8th house, it definitely shows me that you're the kind of person who could potentially be going through a lot of crisis situations several times in life. So I can imagine why you might have higher levels of stress. But with Jupiter being here and with the 9th house being there, the cure, so to speak, for your situation is mainly cultivating a sense of faith in life, in yourself, faith in a higher power. Cultivate, you know, the sense of, like, I don't know, God or universe or whatever you want to call it, goddess, Virgin Mary, whatever you want to call it, that there's a higher power out there and that there is a meaning to your life, and that is going to help you carry through, and that is also going to help you to get into the right energy to attract the right partner. Jupiter is a planet that speaks a lot about cultivating joy, optimism, and faith in your own life, especially with Sagittarius. And like I said, this is a double confirmation of the fact that you should focus on traveling. If you get opportunities for travel, definitely, right? This is a strong confirmation here. You might even meet this person while traveling for some of you, or while expanding your education. Focus on your education. And with the Eight of Pentacles, this shows especially something like master's degree and above, I'm getting. So like, and of course, it doesn't necessarily have to be like formal education. It could be cultivating yourself through courses, through, I don't know, reading, like, you know, stuff like that. That kind of energy is going to get you closer to meeting the right partner. And basically focusing on things of substance, right? Like philosophy, higher learning, teaching as well. Teaching is a big one, actually, now that I realize it. Okay, so some of you might even meet this person through teaching, or they might teach you or something. But with Jupiter here in the 5th house, also with the 5th house, it shows, like I said, you and the sun rules the 5th house. It's about, and also Taurus and Libra, which are ruled by Venus. Not surprising, because Venus is the planet of love, and you have all these cups going on here, which are all about love. You have the Lovers, which I think is the ultimate Venus card, and you have the Two of Cups, which I think is also a Venus card, and you have the Ace of Cups. So there's a lot of like really romantic energy here. So there's also, however, with Venus energy, with Taurus, Libra, there's a strong energy here. There's a strong emphasis on you needing to build security within yourself, self-love, and financial security, okay? Focus on art, beauty, expression, artistic expression. For some of you, I'm getting singing, like strong throat chakra energy, you know, and cultivating that, you know, creative expression as well of any kind. See how this resonates as well. Also, Taurus and Libra speaks of comfort, enjoy, pamper yourself, you know, like, especially if you're well, not just if you're a woman, if you're a man as well, pamper yourself, you know, take care of yourself, you know, like Taurus, Libra, and Venus is all about perfumes and fine fabrics and going to the spa and, you know, indulging in fine meals every once in a while and all that stuff. This is all like Taurus, Venus energy. So the opposite of deprivation, basically. But at the same time, of course, try not to splurge, and also be responsible with your savings. And seek to surround yourself with beauty, to put yourself in that healthy energy of beauty and self-worth. So like, I'm feeling self-esteem and self-confidence are your main things you need to work on, really. Like self-esteem, I would say, especially self-worth, self-esteem. Yeah, pretty much. Like, this is what I can see for your pile number 2. This is what I can see for what you should do in order to attract the right partner. And I hope you have enjoyed this reading, because I definitely found it interesting. And if you have, of course, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channels, and also hit the notification bell to see when I will post a new tarot reading, and also when I will post something on my community tab. And also please comment in the comment section with your feedback. I would be curious to hear anything you think about this reading. And also, I have linked in the video description a link to a blog post where I have written reviews that I've gotten from previous clients, in case you're curious to see how happy my previous clients have been, if you're interested in getting a personal consultation. And of course, also, if you're interested in getting a personal consultation, you can email me at the email address I will leave in the video description, and I can send you a pricing list and further information, as well as some sample readings if you're curious. So thank you once again for watching, and I will see you at the next reading. Bye! Hello, pile number 3. This is your reading if you have chosen this amethyst crystal and or this card over here that says discernment. So I'm going to be shuffling the cards now, and you can skip directly to your reading because I'm going to be taking my time. All right, so let's see. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 3, the people who chose the amethyst crystal? What can you tell me about pile number 3, the people who chose the amethyst crystal? What should they focus on in order to attract the right romantic partner? What should they focus on to attract the right romantic partner? What should they focus on to attract the right romantic partner, Spirit? Still getting this one. Okay, so you have patience. I'm going to put it over here. Contentment, all right. And light. Interesting. All right. I'm going to put this one over here as well to make space. So, okay, some more oracle cards. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 3, the people who chose the amethyst crystal? What should they focus on to attract the right romantic partner? What should they focus on to attract the right romantic partner, Spirit? Tell me. Help me out. What should they focus on to attract the right romantic partner? What should they focus on? What should pile number 3 focus on? So you have truth. When everything is done as an offering, even the act of speaking, you get shown when to talk and when to be silent. Your words come from silence, not fear. You do the talking, dear Lord, take me over and speak through me. Then you have body. Show me divine how to love and fully care for this body. Please give me the radiant miracle of accepting my body as it is. Ooh, okay. Then you have relationship. I call in the infinite power of love to take over this union in every way. May it now fully belong to the divine. Let it unfold in the perfect way for each of us. I needn't fear letting go of control. My needs are always abundantly met. Okay. Already getting a picture here. So let's see. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 3, the people who chose the amethyst crystal? What should they focus on to find the right partner for them? What should they focus on to find the right partner for them? What can you tell me about pile number 3? What should they focus on to find the right partner for them? Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 3, the people who chose the amethyst crystal? What should they focus on to find the right partner for them? So you have strength, the Ace of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups, the 4 of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, wow, I think this is Judgment, but I'm not 100% sure. I have to check again in the booklet. I will check in a bit. The 7 of Pentacles, okay. So let's see, number 20. Yeah, that's Judgment. All right, so let's check again. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 3? What should they focus on in order to attract the right partner for them? The right romantic partner. Spirit, help me out. What should pile number 3 focus on in order to attract the right romantic partner? No. This one? I don't know. I'm not feeling it. This one. This one. So you have the Empress, the 5 of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the 2 of Wands, the 3 of Swords, and the 2 of Cups. Interesting. So you have like kind of similar vibes to pile number 2. So if you felt drawn to any of the previous 2 piles, go check them out, but only if you felt drawn to them. Right. So first of all, what I see here is that you are encouraged to, it's really interesting, you have discernment and then you have the Judgment card. Sorry about the dog barking in the background. It's like I'm on the, I'm on a high floor and the dog is downstairs and you can still hear it. I don't know if you can hear it on camera, but I can hear it and he's kind of annoying. But anyway, so the Judgment and the discernment here, this shows that you need to be more discerning, quite literally. So this shows me that, I mean, since you have here body and you have like, I don't know, like it's giving me this feeling that you might have confidence issues about your attractiveness, maybe. This is like, this could be for some of you. It depends. See how it resonates. So this kind of shows me that you need to take care of yourself first and foremost. You also have the Empress here and the Strength. So this shows that you need to focus on, your beauty, your physical and emotional strength as well. And since you also have the Queen of Wands, this also speaks of a shadow side. So this shows that you probably have some part of you that is sabotaging the rest of you, if that makes sense. In the sense that, you probably have some part of you that has been hurt before, and you're very sensitive, you're shut down. It's like either causing you to become hyper vigilant or just throw yourself headfirst into relationships that are wrong for you. So with the Queen of Wands being here, the invitation is that you take some time to analyze yourself, to understand your shadow side, to understand where it comes from. Maybe go to therapy, but it can also just be self-analysis. It doesn't have to be seeing a therapist. The 3 of Swords shows, sorrow here. I mean, I think this also says that you maybe haven't properly grieved a lost love. Like it's still lingering somewhere in the back of your head, or like you're hoping to maybe fix the past through a future relationship. So again, this leads me to, trying to analyze yourself to understand your emotions so that you don't keep making the same mistakes. Another message, though, with the Judgment can be that whatever heartache you have gone through, especially in relationships, it was part of you. It was part of your journey. It was something you were meant to experience. You also have the Ten of Cups and the Ace of Swords underneath. So, to me, the Ten of Cups means focus on someone who completes you. Like, focus on someone who is right for you in every way. Not just someone that you find attractive on the surface, but someone who is like, has the same principles, has the same values, matches your plan for the future. And, only focus on those people. Like, don't choose partners that, just because they give you attention or because you're lonely or, things like that are kind of like coming from maybe unresolved needs, not so much because you have found the right person, even though you may think you have found the right person in the moment. Because look at this, it says truth. When everything is done as an offering, even the act of speaking, you get shown when to talk and when to be silent. This is really interesting because, so I'm getting a feeling like you might be a people pleaser. That's how that's the vibe that I'm getting. So see how that resonates, if it resonates. And like, I feel like you're the kind of person that actually has a tendency to put yourself second in order to make other people happy. So clearly, Spirit is telling you, you need to look at this. Also, contentment. So you need to focus on being happy first in your own skin. And I know that sounds like very cliche, but it is true. Like, it doesn't mean that, you give up the idea of having a relationship, but it means you also have to focus on what you have positive going for you already and focus on getting more of what you have going for you positively in life, rather than focusing too much on finding the right person, right? Instead, focus on building the life that makes you happy and fulfilled, and then the right person will show up. I feel like this is the main message here. And look at this, you have the Seven of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. So you are meant, look, the Two of Cups showing up here shows that you need to focus on someone who is equally, how should I put it, equally invested in this relationship. So again, this gives me a feeling that maybe in the past you were focused on relationships that didn't really give you as much as you put in. Like, you were the one who gave more, who tried more to make it work, and the other person was mostly taking. So you need to focus more on, someone who is equally invested, who is committed to the relationship as much as you are committed as well, and someone that you can build a family with. Like the Ten of Cups and the Four of Wands here, this shows you need to find someone that gives you stability. And with the Strength and the Empress here, like, the Strength and the Empress basically is like a confirmation of the word contentment here. Because this is like self-sufficiency, And again, it doesn't mean that, you shouldn't want a relationship, but you have to become more self-sufficient than you are at present. Like, stop looking towards a partner to fix your life. I feel like that is a message. Like, focus on what you can do already. And also you have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords shows that you need to focus on new beginnings. You need to focus on a new way of seeing things, changing your attitudes. And also in, your career and your finances. Since you also have the Five of Wands here underneath the Ace of Pentacles, this shows you need to focus on communication. You need to learn to communicate well with other people, especially in order to improve your financial situation. And somehow maybe this is how you're going to meet your partner. What I notice in your pile is that you have a lot of number 2s here. Like you have 2, the 2 of Wands, 20, which boils down to a 2, and a number 2 here. So to me, this shows that you're a very sensitive person, very intuitive person. You probably have a strong moon energy in your chart. But so with that sensitivity brings a lot of pluses, like you have sharp intuition, good imagination, creativity, probably very nurturing as well with the Empress. But on the flip side, it makes you become, very emotionally attached, maybe sometimes a little bit needy. And it's like you are more sensitive than average, definitely. You might be even a highly sensitive person. And that makes you, jump into relationships that are not right for you. Also with the Empress, there's a message that you need to pamper yourself. You need to, learn to soothe yourself, maybe learn to parent yourself. There are books on that, but it also means you need to focus on seeing the beautiful side of things, right? You even have the sign of the planet Venus here. So there is a message you need to take care of your body and your health, like in every way. I don't be like submitting yourself to crash diets. I mean, take care of your body in a loving way. Like do things that are healthy, that make you feel good, like, picking a kind of exercise you like and sticking to it, and getting enough sleep, stuff like that, making sure you eat good foods. Take care of yourself, your physical body as well, and learn to accept it and make the most of what you have. But this is also telling me that, looking at these cards, that you have the ability to become financially self-sufficient on your own. And in fact, in order to attract the right partner, I feel like you have to get your finances in order. Because you have the Queen of Pentacles here. And also the Two of Wands says that you are stuck in your comfort zone to a large extent. So get out of a rut, take a chance. This also speaks of traveling potentially. So if you have, thought about taking a trip or something, but you kept postponing it because maybe you have anxieties about it, maybe even moving to a different place, but you have anxieties about it. This is a message of, don't hesitate, right? Like don't just ponder endlessly. There's like this feeling of like you're stagnant. You're not really making a move. And then you have the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles, which are telling you to take every opportunity in front of you and to not be afraid of starting a new chapter, new beginnings. Like, I literally feel like you're going to be, like, irrespective of the partner you choose, you are meant to be the queen of your castle, now that I look at this. You have the Empress and the Strength here, and then you have here the Four of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Which is like, it literally makes me think of that song from, I think, the 90s Wamdu project, Queen of My Castle. or King of My Castle. Is it King of My Castle? I don't remember. But the video was something, a woman who was a cartoon. But literally in the sense that I feel like you might be selling yourself short. That's like a strong message here. Like you might be looking for men or women that are actually not good enough for you because you don't see your self-worth. So that's like a strong message. Like you need to focus on your finances. So you have a lot of pentacles going on. There's definitely a strong message from Spirit. You need to focus on your career and your finances. And focus on the things you can control and you can improve on your own before you think about relationships. And that's how you're going to meet the right partner. So this is pretty much what I can see through the cards. Now let me see what I can get from the astrological notes. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 3? What should they focus on to find the right partner for them? What should they focus on to find the right partner for them, Spirit? Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 3, the people who chose the amethyst? What should they focus on to find the right partner for them? Ninth house, that's travel and expansion. 11th house, that's friends, mingling. I'm going to expand in a bit. 4th house, this is a confirmation of the 4 of Wands. Like you need to focus on your own sense of security and home-based. 1st house, this is the physical body, right? So take care of your physical body. 3rd house, this is communication and travel, short-term or short-distance travel. 10th house, this is the house of career. So a lot of confirmations. Let's see. Libra, this is ruled by Venus, so it's about pampering and self-love. Taurus, also ruled by Venus, pampering and self-love. Scorpio, interesting. This is about the Strength card. Aries, more about the Strength card. Let's see. Capricorn, confirmation of career, focus, and what do we have? The Moon. Wow. Okay, I did say you have a strong moon. The Moon is a confirmation of both the 4 of Wands and the Empress energy, right? So, lot of confirmations. What can I say? So definitely you need to learn to put yourself first. You need to cultivate yourself. With Scorpio showing up, this is like a reinforcement of the idea that you might benefit from therapy. Some of you. And of course, if you're not inclined or you cannot go to therapy, you can just analyze yourself by reading therapy books, understanding yourself, and understanding what your shadow side is and how you might be sabotaging yourself when it comes to the area of relationships. Capricorn is showing again. Capricorn in the 10th house shows that you need to focus on your career. Like this is like your main priority right now, judging by these cards. And the 4th house, this is about security, right? And it also, since you have the 4th house and the 9th house and the 3rd house, this could literally show that some of you have been thinking about moving your home, moving to another place. And if that opportunity arises, you should definitely take it according to this. 3rd house is, like I said, you need to focus on your communication. Like I'm getting a feeling that you may not be particularly diplomatic, maybe. Since you have 3rd house and 11th house, this shows, you need to focus on socializing, going out with friends. this could even be about your siblings, like relationships. Focus on the relationships with your siblings for some of you. See how this resonates. The ninth house shows long distance and long-term travel. So again, for some of you, that could be something, if you have been thinking about it, it's definitely an encouraging sign that you need to travel more. And also the ninth house has to deal with education, higher education, especially masters and above. So focus on that. Focus on your education. And like I said, the first house and Aries, both of them are ruled by Mars, right? And there's like the first house corresponds to Aries in the zodiac. So there's this focus on yourself. You need to focus on yourself, on your physical body, on your physical strength. You know, take care of your body. That's what I'm saying. And also with Libra and Taurus, you need to pamper yourself. Focus on learning to be diplomatic and taking it easy, but also without becoming super self-indulgent, right? Like healthy ways to pamper yourself. Maybe get into creative interests or hobbies if you have them. For some of you, more specifically, this is something to do with vehicles. Like, see how this resonates. If you're someone who really loves to drive or something, this is like telling you, enjoy that. Like, focus on what makes you happy, basically. There's definitely a very strong message. Also, the third house shows willpower, like I said. So it's like you need to define what you want for yourself for the long term. What vision do you have for your life? So don't just think of it like in terms of I want to get a partner, and just focus on getting a partner for the sake of it. But instead, create like, I don't want to go like into manifestation theories. But yes, if you listen to those channels or theories, like maybe create a vision board where you plaster pictures of what your ideal life should look like and think of people that will match that life. Don't just, like I said, don't just choose someone because you're lonely or bored or you need attention and affection, right? So when it comes to those things, you're better off just analyzing yourself and doing your best at taking care of yourself and creating self-love in your life. But Capricorn and the 10th house also points to you need a discipline in your life. So you need discipline, and you also need to cultivate your strength, your resilience, and your willpower. And with the moon, you also have a sensitive... Here's the thing. You are, like I said, very intuitive, very sensitive. But you need to only focus on the positive side of this. So cultivate your intuition, cultivate your sensitivity, your imagination, maybe take on creative hobbies or very feminine hobbies. The moon is about nurturing. So you might enjoy nurturing others or nurturing a pet or taking care of plants even, because the moon is the mother archetype. So this is why I think it's a confirmation of this Empress energy here. So there's like this message that it's, get into that nurturing energy, but not to the point where it borders on like overly emotional energy to the point where you cannot think objectively or, you become super needy, right? So the healthy side of the moon is just a person who has a lot of emotional intelligence, is very nurturing, very understanding, but also has her boundaries. His or her boundaries. Yeah, now that I'm looking at this, I feel like some of you may have suffered from mood swings, or just because you have gone through some painful experiences, it has, made you go back and forth between periods of depression and periods of stability. So like I said, again, therapy would benefit you. The reason I say this is because you have like the moon in Scorpio and Taurus, where the moon is debilitated and exalted. So you could be someone who, goes back and forth between being very intense and very emotional and then going through periods where you're really happy-go-lucky and laid back. And again, the way to stabilize that is to understand yourself and to go within yourself before you consider dating, before you consider, entering another relationship. And then also, it's funny, you have 10th house in Capricorn and you have the word patience here. So, yes, like, but patience doesn't mean just waiting idly, yes. It means, putting in consistent effort and understanding that it's going to take a while to see the results. That's what patience means here. And Aries is a confirmation of the word truth here. So like I said, this is like for those of you who are maybe people pleasers, or maybe even if you have a tendency to be deceptive, right? This is an invitation from Spirit that it's better to be honest, it's better to be true about who you are, and, have a handful of people who accept you for who you are, rather than have like a bunch of false friends around all the time who only like you for your surface or the image you present. So yes, this is pretty much what I have for you, pile number 3, and I hope you have found this interesting, because I definitely have. And please like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell to see when I will post a new video. And also please comment in the comment section with your feedback, because I'm really curious to hear what you think, how it resonated. And also, more recently, I have posted a link in my video description where I wrote reviews that I got from previous clients. For those of you who are interested in maybe getting a personal consultation from me, you can check out the reviews. And also, if you're interested in finding out more information, you can email me at the email address that you can also find in the video description, and I can send you a pricing list and also some sample readings and other information. Thank you for listening, and I will see you at the next reading. Bye. Welcome, pile number 4. This is your reading if you have chosen the Iolite crystal and or this card over here that says Guardian Angel. All right, so this is going to be the card selection phase, and you can skip this if you don't want to sit through it, because I'm going to be taking my time. Wait, hold on. So Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 4? The people who chose the Iolite crystal. What should they focus on to meet the right partner for them? Okay. What can you tell me about pile number 4? The people who chose the Iolite crystal. What should they focus on to meet the right partner for them? This one. All right, so you have free spirit, feelings, and friendship. Okay. So let's get some more oracle cards. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 4? The people who chose the Iolite crystal. What should they focus on to attract the right romantic partner for them? What should they focus on to attract the right romantic partner? Now I'm getting this one. So, creative blocks. If you are an artist of any kind, you can offer all work to the divine, making it God's alone. I offer this for the highest good to benefit the planet. Release me from any blocks and restrictions. May this serve all who need. All those who need. Aging. I am one with unlimited love, beyond all seeming restrictions of age. I am filled with joy, energy, and beauty, a vessel for the divine Shakti. Contentment. You can learn to rest in what you already have and already are. Suddenly you remember, I'm right here resting in God. Wow. All right. And you also have this guardian angel card. Interesting. Okay. Let me get some cards, some tarot cards. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 4? The people who chose the iolite crystal. What should they focus on to find the right romantic partner for them? What can you tell me about the people who chose the iolite crystal? What should they focus on to find the right romantic partner? Actually, I'm not getting this one. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 4? What should I focus on to find the right romantic partner for them? So what can you tell me about pile number 4? What should I focus on to find their right romantic partner? So you have the 8 of Cups, the 8 of Pentacles, the 9 of Wands, the 2 of Swords, the 3 of Pentacles, the 7 of Cups, the 9 of Swords. Wow. So if you felt drawn to any previous pile, you should check them out. I'm going to need to clarify this 2 of Swords. Spirit, can you please clarify the 2 paths shown by the 2 of Swords? What is the second path shown by the 2 of Swords? Okay. So one path is Ace of Pentacles, the second is Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. Spirit, can you please clarify the Ace of Pentacles? The 7 of Cups. Wow. Can you please clarify the Queen of Pentacles? Please clarify the Queen of Pentacles. The Knight of Cups. Interesting. All right. I'm going to leave these aside and I'm going to use them later. So, Spirit, wait a second. I shouldn't have clarified with that card. But anyway, never mind. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 4? What should they focus on? What should they focus on to find the right romantic partner for them? What should they focus on, Spirit? What should they focus on? What should they focus on to find the right romantic partner for them? Both of these, all right. So how many is that? One more. What should pile number 4 focus on to find the right romantic partner? This one, all right. I'm not feeling this one though. Not feeling that one. Oh, okay. Okay, this one, gosh. So you have the King of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, the King of Swords, the Princess of Cups, this is the Page of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Wands. You have all the kings here, like wow, except for, oh, and the Eight of Cups again. Interesting. Wow, like you have a lot of strong messages over here, pile 4. Like Spirit really wants you to know something. You know, the song that is coming in my mind right now is Let It Go from Frozen. Like, let it go, let it go. You know, because you have the Eight of Cups twice. And then you have the second Eight of Cups is underneath the Nine of Swords. So this shows me that you have been losing sleep over something, some past heartaches. Most likely. I feel like most likely a lot of suffering, and most likely it has to do with matters of the heart. I don't think this is so much about your living situation or your career. This Eight of Cups especially shows that you have had a lot of heartbreak. So I feel like you have gone through, you know, either one or multiple heartbreaks, like relationships that just didn't work out the way that you wanted them to. And that has left you in tears, has given you sleepless nights. And I feel like the strong message is the main thing you need to do to find the right partner is to basically let it go. Like the song from Frozen. And this is interesting. For some of you, maybe this could be, it's interesting because you have creative blocks here. So for some of you who are artists, this Nine of Swords could be about your creative blocks. And even if that is the case, again, this is about releasing, okay? This is about no longer over-focusing, no longer being fixated on an outcome, just letting go and feel your feelings, you know, and then put them to rest. So as you have noticed, maybe I have drawn 4 cards here to clarify the Two of Swords, because usually the Two of Swords shows you're at a crossroads, or like you're gonna have to make some kind of a decision about this situation. So, and these are the 2 paths shown by the Two of Swords. This first one is the Ace of Pentacles, and it was clarified by the Seven of Cups. Very interesting. And it's also interesting because you also have the Seven of Cups here again. So clearly there's a lot of Seven of Cups energy going on in your life. Like you feel drawn to the Seven of Cups, right? And the second path is the Queen of Pentacles, and it's clarified by the Knight of Cups. This is very interesting. Illusory success. It even says so here. Illusory success. Illusionary success. Okay. In the sense that the Seven of Cups tends to show something like, all, you know, flashy, something that is flashy and catches the eye, but it's not something of substance. So since you have the first path here, the Ace of Pentacles, and then illusionary success, this could, like, for some of you, refer to your career. I mean, it's really interesting. But for most of you, this is about relationships, because I asked the question about what you should do to focus on the right partner. So clearly there's a message here that you are drawn to people who are flashy, who are flamboyant, and maybe, dare I say, narcissistic. And you fall, it's like you're always disappointed when these people turn out not to be what they seem to be, right? So the second path you have is the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. So this shows that if you follow your intuition, the Knight of Cups is about intuition mainly. So it's also about taking it step by step. It's not about rushing into things. It is about carefully following your feelings and your intuition out of a problem. So if you use your intuition, you will find the right person. This is what I see here. You're going to get to the Queen of Pentacles. So you know what I'm literally getting from these messages is like, it's kind of like, think about it this way. So the Ace of Pentacles, it may seem like a reward. It's like a flashy, brand new gold coin, right? And it catches your eye and it shines brightly, but it's an illusion. So you are going for the shiny, bright gold coin instead of going for long-term success, which is signified by the Queen of Pentacles, because the Queen of Pentacles may not be as shiny as a gold coin, but she probably has a tons of, I don't know, money in stocks or something, right? So this is like the message that you are going for, things, people that look like that shiny gold coin, right? Like they're really attractive, they're really fun on the surface, they catch your eye, they catch other people's eye, usually people that have a lot of suitors as well, because the Seven of Cups shows a lot of attention, right? People that have a lot of other people gravitating towards them and maybe just feed off of that attention, right? So instead of like going for the people that look shiny and brand new, you should be going for slow and steady wins the race. Finding someone that you can cultivate an emotional bond with. Take time, get to know them, focus on your intuition. Don't let, your emotions get the best of you. Instead, yes, focus on getting to know them over a long period of time and figure out if this is the right person for you, the person that matches your values and what you want your life to be in the future. If they match your plan, let's say for the next 5 to 10 years, because those things are way more important in giving you compatibility rather than finding someone who is just going to be shallow, right? May look great on paper, but they're going to bail on you as soon as the going gets tough. So this is another strong message. Like, you tend to be attracted to, I feel, people who are just super attractive on the surface, but maybe don't take time to get to know someone. But the main message is you need to work out through your past emotional hurts. Like, you're still lingering in something, right? And it's like, this is a feeling of like, this is a message of like, look towards your past experiences as learning experiences. Yes, they didn't work out, but look at why they didn't work out. Look at them from a cold-blooded, objective perspective. And ask yourself, why didn't these relationships work out? Or like these crushes or whatever you have had in the past. And, once you have analyzed yourself objectively, you will start to understand yourself and why you keep choosing the same people, maybe. Or why you have chosen the wrong people in the past. And that's going to help you understand to make the right decisions in the future. I also see that, this is weird. So like, see how this resonates. But I think for some of you, this is literally telling you, you need to learn to stand alone. So see how this resonates. Like, for some of you, maybe you might have codependent tendencies, or maybe you have been in a lot of relationships and you're not used to being alone for long periods of time. and it's making you, you know, become really impatient about finding a new partner. And you need to, yeah, you basically need to be like, you know, focus on, you know, standing on your own 2 feet and being rational and taking care of yourself, because you have this King of Swords energy here. And it almost looks like the Chariot in a way, because he's riding in a chariot, basically. And it's like underneath the Nine of Wands, which is and again, depends how you look at this. It could be that for some of you, you are too defensive. But for others of you, it could be that you're not defensive enough, right? It's like for you, for some of you, it's like you jump around from one relationship to another because you're afraid of being alone, or you're afraid you're not going to manage your affairs, or you need someone else to take care of you, or something like that. So if that is the case, it's definitely a message that you need to learn to stand alone and to, you know, test yourself, test your endurance, your strength. Think of this as a learning experience. There's also a strong message for you to focus on your finances. And like literally this message, I think, came out for almost all the piles, I think. That you need to focus on cultivating your own financial security, cultivating your skills as well, the Three of Pentacles. This could be about learning to become, to a large extent, more self-sufficient than you have been so far. You also have the Eight of Pentacles. So you have like both the cards that show you need to work on yourself. You need to work on your, focus on your finances, focus on your career, focus on learning new skills, on bettering yourself. And this is actually how you're going to end up attracting the right partner. Because otherwise, probably is, you know, what I do see here is that you might be attracting people who, you know, want to keep you depending on them, or like you might end up depending on them and you won't be happy in that situation, right? So it's like there's a message here that you need to, there are some things you need to sort out on your own before you can have a relationship. You have the King of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. Loads of energy here. So there's definitely a strong message here that you need to be in your masculine energy. So irrespective of who you are, right, and what you identify with, what you identify as with respect to gender, you should be cultivating your more masculine side. So the masculine side means being proactive, you know, taking charge of yourself, of your life, and making the right decisions for you. You have all the kings except the King of Cups, which is the one that is the more emotional one, right? So you also have the Knights of Pentacles, and you have King of Swords, the King of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. And you have this Two of Wands that shows hesitation on your part. You're kind of like, you know, you're like kind of like sitting and look at this image, right? You're like looking out there towards the ships that are passing by, and you wish that you were far away, or you wish that you were somewhere other than where you are, but you feel paralyzed maybe to take the right actions. And that's where all of this energy has to come in, right? So you need to learn to embody this. You need to be self-motivated, self-driven, like the King of Wands. You have to be you know, being in control of your emotions, and being rational and cold-blooded like the King of Swords. And I mean, not like cold-blooded in the sense that, you know, you don't have empathy, but I mean, you can look at yourself from a detached, objective perspective and make decisions that are right for you, irrespective of what the feelings attached to those decisions might be. And also, you have to be in control of your finances and your career, like the King of Pentacles. Yeah, so this is pretty much. Let me see. Yeah, this is pretty much what I can see here. And also, since you have aging, it's like similar. This card came out in another pile, and contentment. This is like, you need to, like I said, you need to become self-reliant, and you need to rest in yourself. You know, you need to be taking care of your own needs and be content with what you have. Don't worry so much, you know, because the Nine of Swords shows a lot of worry. Like, don't worry so much that you're not where you want to be. Instead, focus on what you can control, no matter how small it is. You know, focus on what you can control and do more of what you can control. Don't focus on things that are far away, or like your long-term goals, or don't try to get bogged down in details, like, how am I going to get this? How am I going to have the life that I want? Or like, how am I going to find the right person? You know, just take it one step at a time. And again, in the immediate future, there's a message that you need to first focus on healing. Feel your feelings, and, you know, cry the tears you have to cry, and just let it go. Bury it in the past. And also do like a, how should I put it? An autopsy of your past relationships, and see what has gone wrong there. Why maybe you were attracted to the wrong person, and, you know, what mistakes you may have avoided, maybe if you were more self-aware, stuff like that, right? But you are basically leaving a chapter behind. This is like, this is telling you, leave the past in the past, you know? Don't keep carrying it along, dragging it along. And like, free spirit here to me is kind of like friendship, also free spirit, friendship, and feelings. Look at this. Feelings means just feel your feelings, right? Don't try to bury your feelings. This is the card with feelings. I don't know if you can see it. So it just means, you know, don't try to avoid your feelings. Don't try to run away. Feel your feelings. If you're sad, be sad, and then just let it go, you know? This is what I get. And also with friendship here, I feel like, again, this is actually potentially a confirmation of what I said, that you might be attracted to people for surface level values. So instead, focus on cultivating good friendships first, and try to let go of whether it's going to turn into something more or anything like that. But just seek people that, you know, have something in common with you, that have similar values and similar principles, instead of just going for whatever seems most attractive. So this is pretty much what I can see from the cards. Now I'm going to get some messages. Let's see. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 4? What should they focus on to find the right partner for them? What should they focus on to find the right partner for them? Tell me, what should they focus on to find the right partner for them? Okay, nothing else wants to come out, so... Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 4? What should they focus on to find the right partner for them? What should they focus on to find the right partner for them? Anything else? Probably not. Nah, I'm not feeling it. So let's see. Cancer, interesting. Okay, so that's definitely emotions, feelings. Saturn, this is about hard work and discipline and patience. Taurus, this is about also, well, finances, focusing on your finances and financial security. Virgo, so you have a lot of earth energy here. Venus, totally a lot of earth energy. All right. 12th house. Wow, this is actually a strong confirmation, but I'm going to get to it. So 12th house is about isolation. 10th house is about career. 10th house again. Wow. Strong focus on career here. 7th house, even more career if you know astrology, because the 7th is the 10th from the 10th. First house, this is yourself and your personality. So I'm not surprised actually that Saturn came out twice, because you have number 8 here. I was going to say that, but I forgot. And you also have number 8 here. You have a lot of number 8. So Saturn is connected to the 8th, number 8 in numerology, because it's about trials and tribulations. It's about suffering. It's about, you being thorough. So definitely I see with Saturn here that you need to focus on just fortitude, like taking life's challenges head on and not focusing on embellishments. Saturn is also kind of like a minimalist planet. So it's really interesting because you have Saturn and Venus as well. So Venus on the one hand is about love, right? It's about self-love as well. And it's about esteem, self-esteem, self-worth. So I'm getting confirmations here on multiple planes, in the sense that you are meant to have, to focus on self-love, self-esteem, pampering yourself to some extent, but at the same time, never losing sight of your long-term goals. It's very important for you to create a plan for a long-term perspective, 5 years, 10 years. Where do you want to be 10 years from now, 5 years from now? And think of finding a person who matches those descriptions. Don't just allow yourself to be sidetracked by, flashy gold coins, like I said. People who are just look very attractive on the surface, but they're not really giving you any substance, right? Or they're not committed. Saturn also shows you need to focus on something that can stand the test of time, that is thorough, that is, how should I put it? Definitely about commitment, right? So you need to think of it in terms of long term, right? Whoever is going to be there for you when the going gets tough, that's what you need to think about. Don't be don't be chasing the flashiest partners. What can I say? Also, Taurus shows you need to focus on enjoying the small pleasures of life. Put yourself in a good mood on a daily basis. But again, being careful not to be super self-indulgent. But Cancer and Taurus together actually have to do with cooking. So it's really interesting. So this could be you meet this person through a restaurant, or through family of origin, especially the mother. Or something to do with cooking. But also the 10th house coming out so many times. This is clearly Spirit telling you need to focus on your career. This is very, very strong in your case. You have the 10th house coming out twice, and you have the 7th house coming out once, which is also connected to the 10th house. And you have Saturn, which is the natural ruler of the 10th house and of Capricorn. And let me see. Aging is interesting, because age has to do with Saturn as well. If you're familiar with astrology, creative blocks. So I feel like for some of you, you are creative. You're a creative person. You have Venus here. So Venus is also about art. Wow, this is actually a strong message now that I realize it. Venus and Saturn together. This could be for some of you, take your suffering and whatever you have gone through and put it into artistic expression. And that's going to help you move on and make the most of it. Think of Taylor Swift, who writes songs about breakups. Now, it doesn't mean you all have to be singers, but it could be in small ways, as in find a way that, find a hobby, an artistic hobby that will put you in the moment, right? That will make you forget about your sorrows and all this stuff. And it doesn't have to be something big. It can be, I don't know, coloring books, drawing mandalas, something like that. Right? And also the 10th house shows you need to focus on your career. Like I said, strong focus. You also have the 3 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles. So this is a very strong confirmation. Spirit really wants you to prioritize your professional path. right? Figure out what you want to do with your life, and first, right? This is your main priority before you consider relationships. 12th house, like I said, also shows this is a, you need to kind of focus on the one hand, this shows if you have the chance for long distance travel or long-term travel, you should take it. This might even be how you meet the person you're supposed to be with. However, the 12th house mainly has to do with isolation and spirituality. So, and it's really interesting because your very first card here said guardian angel. And I really got this feeling actually that you are a spiritual person when I was reading. Like you have this strong connection to spirituality, or you are invited to cultivate a relationship with spirituality, right? Put your faith in a higher power, know that you are protected. And the 12th house also reinforces this. Maybe for some of you, this could literally be if you are religious, join, I don't know, a religious community, right? And focus on friendships as well. But the 12th house is you need to learn to be alone. Like there's a strong message here that you need to learn to be on your own 2 feet first before you find a suitable partner. And you also have the 1st house and the 7th house. Really interesting. Yes, you need to learn to find a balance. I think like you're the kind of person that you might overly emphasize the other person in the relationship. Either you're self-centered or you overly emphasize the other person in the relationship. You might have like Moon Venus aspect in your natal chart, and this just occurred to me. It might be but like you might switch back and forth between idealizing the person you are with or the person you're interested in, or becoming very self-absorbed. And you need to understand that a relationship is neither about you or them. It's about a third entity. This is why you should also cultivate a spiritual perspective, because it's about, understanding that when you are with someone, you're creating something together, and the relationship is like a third entity, and you both have to be equally invested in, cultivating it. It can't just be like you or the other person doing all the work. So there's like a strong message here. You need to focus on balance and also partnerships. This is interesting with the 7th house. And since you also have the 3rd house, there's a strong message that you need to focus on diplomacy. You need to focus on communication, effective communication, and diplomatic communication. And trusting your intuition. The Virgo energy really, to me, sort of mirrors the King of Swords, because it's an invitation to be analytical, to be logical, and self-aware. Virgo is probably the most self-aware and self-conscious energy in the zodiac. So there's there's definitely like an invitation of you need to know yourself better. And also work on your self-esteem and self-love. There's a strong message here. The 1st house is also about working on your physical health and your body. Virgo as well is about physical health and body. So you need to take care of yourself. Like I said, not just indulge, but do what is right for you health-wise. Don't neglect your body. Right, so this is pretty much what I have for you, pile number 4. And I hope that you have enjoyed it, because I definitely thought it was interesting. And if you have, please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notifications bell to see when I will post a new reading. And also comment in the comment section, because I'm very curious to hear your feedback. And also, I will be posting a link in the video description with reviews that I have gotten from previous clients for those of you who would be interested in maybe purchasing a personal tarot reading from me. you can go ahead and check it out if you're curious. And also, if you're interested in purchasing a reading, you can also email me at the email address in the video description, and I can send you a pricing list and some sample readings and further information. Thank you for watching this reading, and I will see you in the next video.